hello. This is your boy Angelo Young signing in again for the Daily Opinion Podcast. What the freak is going on, people? I told everyone I was going to be better at getting these out, and I'm doing it. I'm really doing it, so good. All right, let's get into it. First thing, FedEx delivery driver was arrested in Louisiana after detectives said that the driver was keeping approximately $62,000 worth of stolen merchandise in the storage unit. According to the East Baton Rouge Parish, I don't even know what a parish is, Sheriff's Office, property theft detectives were notified in February. Yeah, bro, like you would be stupid to do that. If you're stealing from your job, you're stealing from like a place that can easily track you, like not like Walmart, you know, people steal from Walmart, but it's like they literally say don't shit where you sleep, right? Because you're right there, you know what I mean? Like you want to keep things kind of separated. So with this guy, and he wasn't even doing it. He has a bunch of Black and Mild, some cigarettes, just candy. It's just like, okay, $62,000. You didn't think that was going to catch up to you? Like, and even with the cigarettes and all, like he has dips and, you know, tobacco, like just actual tobacco that you would actually have to form in the cigarettes. It's like, you ain't think that at some point they was going to figure out who was doing it if you just kept doing it. But that's the thing. This is just the type of person that is like, I need to steal. That's what it is. Like there's some people that if you're like, hey, I can give you $50 or you can go ahead and bet this $50. It's like, no, I'm going to bet the $50 just because that's their inhibition or whatever. Because they even say like you can kind of tell with your kids if they're going to be, I don't think psychotic is the word, but like brash or not really thinking about like what could happen in the future type of dealy. If you're like, hey, you know, here's a cookie, but if you hold off on eating this one cookie, I'll give you 3 cookies in 5 minutes, right? So it's like, you know, your kid can either just say, no, I want the one cookie right now, where it's like, I just want immediate gratification. Or you can wait and you could technically have 4 cookies after 5 minutes and you can have 4 times the more stuff. It's like if your kid, and you know, this probably also depends on the age of the kid too, because obviously if you're a baby, you're not going to understand the words or whatever, or understand like what time is, because I've even heard kids be like, I don't know, like, you know, hey, in 5 minutes, they're like, I don't know what 5 minutes is. So, you know, but assuming the kid does know all that stuff and they're still like, nope, I still want the cookie before anything, like that's an indicator for like, yeah, he's probably not going to have a lot of control over himself. He's like, I want it right here and right now. So I think that's what this guy is. He's stealing from his job, his workplace, where he is a delivery driver. So it's like, bro, when they started saying, yo, my packages aren't getting here, and they figured out that it's all tobacco products and candies that this guy's taking, like, you didn't think that was going to tip him off? But still, either way, he got caught. He's probably going to have to, I don't even know, it was stolen, but it didn't seem like he was selling anything. He just hoarding it in some storage container. I mean, he probably had more stuff, but who knows? But yeah, like little funsies, something to start off with rather than me just losing my cool like in last episode. But is what it is. He had Marlboros. He got some of those, what's the thing? Those little pouches that you put in your cheek. I don't know. But here, let's see. Next. Okay, now this is weird. I don't even know if this is good or bad. So federal judge rules that boneless wings are still wings after man sues Buffalo Wild Wings over false advertising. So in Illinois, a federal judge dismissed a lawsuit against ruling that boneless wings are not deceptive, as reasonable consumers understand that they are white meat chicken, not wing meat with bones removed. They are white meat chicken, not wing meat with bones removed. The ruling, which described the suit as having no meat on its bones, affirms that the term describes a style of wing sauced product, not the anatomy. Man, I'm not going to lie. That flew directly over my head because, I mean, I get what they're saying. They're just saying we just get clumps of white meat and then bread it and then fry it versus it actually being wing meat, which makes sense because they're not really wings. Like wings is a specific type of chicken. It's literally the wing of the chicken, like drums and flats. So if you're not giving me drums and flats within a boneless wing, then that's not a wing. You're just throwing chicken. They need to be known as nuggets. And I believe that's what they say somewhere else. They're like, those are technically just nuggets or like chicken. uh, chicken gobbles. You know what I'm saying? You got to make up a new term for it. The same as like with McDonald's, they got to call it McNuggets. You know, because they're technically not even chicken. They're like red. The what's it called? The red pink slime. That's what it is. They're just pink slime. So it's like this is all derivative of chickens, but it's not really a chicken, which is crazy that they can sell people. I don't know if y'all have seen those like burgers where they'll have like, you know, a guy will say, I've had this burger since like the 1980s and here's a Burger King burger, and then it's all like molded and shit, and then they show the McDonald's burger and it's like nothing's on it. It just looks like the regular burger. It's just stale at this point. So it's like, yeah, they're not even serving us food at that, you know, at this rate. But it's geared, and the messed up thing is that it's geared towards kids, and I think it's because, you know, kids with them being new, they're more prone to just being like, oh shoot, it's a clown, Ronald McDonald. We want to eat this hamburger because a clown is sponsoring it. So they'll just eat garbage, shit that don't even taste good because they know that there's a clown behind it. And that's the thing. I thought people was afraid of clowns. I thought that was like the whole thing with clowns. So like I've never heard of anyone being afraid of Ronald McDonald. But I thought that was like the whole shit with clowns is that like everyone was afraid of them. So that's kind of why they died out. They were like the American ventriloquists. I think not ventriloquists. What am I thinking of? The mimes in France. You know, they got mimes in France all over the streets. I've never been to France. I don't know if they actually got mimes. But whenever I see a mime, the motherfuckers is in France on the street doing little bullshit. And I feel like clowns are supposed to be America's mimes, but we don't got clowns on the street because people are scared of them. But then Ronald McDonald comes in and kills the game. I wonder, do people even care about Ronald McDonald anymore, or is it just McDonald's at this point? Because I haven't seen that clown in a minute. I don't even think they have him as a mascot anymore. Because I remember they, like, back in the 90s, they had, like, a whole team of, like, Clown and his friends. They got the big old goopy monster, green monster thing. Didn't they have the Trash Man monster, or was that Sesame Street? I don't know. It was something like that. Trash Man monster. Then they had like the Hamburglar. He would go and steal hamburgers. And then he had like his little girl that he would, I don't even know what they did. I think they had like a cartoon show maybe. I don't know. But it's crazy. Like all these mascots are dying out. Like Wendy's. I never seen that, what's it called? The redhead girl no more. I'm assuming she's Wendy's. That's crazy. That would be crazy if that wasn't even her name. Let me see who this is. Yeah, see, her name ain't even Wendy's. It's Melinda Lou Thomas Morse, born September 14th, 1961. Her nickname is Wendy. Would that even make any sense? Why would they even do that? I swear to God, like, back in the day, people were so shitty at names. Like, they would call William was Bill and, like, Richard is Dick. It's like, what are you talking about? That's not even, it's Richie. Will for William, dummy. Like, why the fuck are you changing these around? Bob was, like, David or some shit? I don't know. Like, why would you even do that? Why would you even try to think that that's acceptable? Hey, yeah, this is my kid, Dick. Like, what? And Dick has to go back as terminology for a penis for years. So the first person that was named Dick was literally, like, his dad was an asshole. It's crazy. An asshole had a dick. But it doesn't make any sense why you would even do that. That's like if I'm just like, yeah, here's my kid, Alex. His name is Cum Gutter. It's like, what? Like, yeah, it's cum gutter now. It's like, why? Why even do that? It's like, it doesn't make it, because I wanted to. And now you call him cum gutter as a, and that's the thing too, is that they even have names that are longer. I'm sorry, they have nicknames that are longer than the regular names, I believe. Yeah, here I just found them. Nancy is short for Ann. See, I actually had a very introspective conversation with my mother yesterday where I realized no one gives a fuck about nothing. And this is exactly it. If I go in and my fucking daughter's name is Ann, why in the fuck would I have a short-term name that's longer than her regular name and it'd be Nancy? That don't even make any sense. Why would you do that? What does this achieve? When the first person did this, what was their goal? Their goal was to gaslight people. That's what it was. Their goal was to gaslight people. But then people were too stupid back in the day to even say anything. Here, we got Ted. Oh, my God. Ted or Ned is short for Edward. There is no T or N in Edward. All right, well, I don't even know how I got on this point. I'm about to go back to this. Okay, the United States House will soon vote on to ban Congress from trading stocks. But I'm like, how? That doesn't make any sense because if they're going to vote on it, they're not going to vote against their interests, right? Like, they're just going to say, no, bro, I'm going to continue trading stocks. I'm going to shoot this down, dummy. Like, why would I ever do that? Let's see. Democrats want a full ban forcing immediate selling of all stock holdings. Republicans are pushing a bill that will still allow them to hold. Why is all Republican shit evil? I don't know what that is. Like, if you're on the side of Republicans, we can just say it's evil, right? We can just say, like, yeah, you agree with Reagan. He fucked us over. You know, the Republicans are always trying to undercut people, make more money when, you know, their constituents are starving in the street. Can we just say that they're evil? And if you're a Republican, you're just voting against your own interests? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe they're not all evil. Maybe they're just stupid. Let's see. The United House is set to vote on a bill banning stock trading by Congress members. Republicans support a version allowing current holdings but prohibiting. Are we back? Okay, we're back. Yeah, prohibiting new trades while Democrats advocate for a complete ban requiring immediate sale, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I mean, I just don't see, like, I know for me, I'm like, hell no. Like, because that is illegal, isn't it? I thought it was already illegal to be doing this, so this shouldn't even be happening in the first place. Like, you can't be like, yo, it's illegal to sell weed, and then it's like, yo, Congress, like, we know you're doing illegal shit, but just really, like, for real this time, y'all. Like, for real, super for real this time. You got to stop doing this illegal shit. I don't know. It's like, it doesn't make any sense to me because I'm like, if they're already doing it and there's no repercussions, what's stopping them from continuing to do it? So, like, even passing another, like, you can pass 5 million laws. Like, one extra law isn't going to do nothing if they're going to continue doing it and there's no repercussions. Because also, what are going to be the repercussions of it? What if they say, no, I'm not going to do that? Or if they have their husband do it, or if they have their wife do it. Or is it just cool? They just like, oh, well, shoot, you beat us. You got through the loophole. Like, well, do they go to jail? And then if that's the case, then who takes over their seat? Or is it just left empty? Yeah. Again, because it's like, you know, hey, if I'm just going to keep doing it, what are you going to do about it? Proposed new law could require cognitive fitness tests for elderly U.S. lawmakers. I don't know if a fitness test is really necessary. Maybe just a cognitive test. Because it doesn't make any sense that these niggas are like 80 years old. You know, like everyone's going to do what's best for yourself, I feel like. Unless you're Bernie Sanders. But most people are going to do what's best for themselves. So if you have a bunch of old ass people from old money trying to just keep, because they say like boomers have 75% of like the United States wealth, some ridiculous amount, and then the rest is just spread through, you know, Gen Z, Gen X, and then Gen whatever other letter there is, Alpha. It's crazy how we went from Z to millennial, or millennial to Z to Alpha again. So then we're just going to go Beta, Cuck, and Delta. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, shit, we need to have cognitive stuff because if you're in a job, you know, it makes sense. Like, if you start acting crazy as fuck, like, you shouldn't just be able to sit there and continue doing your job. They're going to be like, yeah, we need him off the board. I cut the rest of that because it didn't make no sense. I'm going to move on to a easier little bit right here. And this Punch the Monkey. Punch the Monkey. Punch is the monkey's name. He's a little tiny, I don't even know what kind of monkey he is, but he's very cute, and he runs around with a stuffed animal little monkey, which to me is more like, it's like Inception-esque. It's a monkey running around with a monkey, but the sad thing is that he's getting beat up on by other monkeys in his little pen, and it's terrible. I'll look out for Punch the Monkey but yeah, they're running around, they're throwing him around, they're trying to grab him up and being mean to him, but now I think he got into a new, I'm watching these videos. These freaking monkeys are some assholes. Because he's a little baby monkey. I think he's been orphaned. I'm making that up. I have no clue if he's been orphaned or not. But yeah, the first pen that he was in, he was just getting the shit kicked out of him by all the other monkeys. And, you know, now I think he moved into a new one because the new video that I'm seeing now is that he's being protected by some of the other monkeys. So that's nice. I'm not a fan of monkeys. Like, there's a lot of folks out there, a lot of guys at least, that are like, yeah, I like monkeys. Da, 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 da. I'm like, no, monkeys are terrifying. Like, I've watched enough of these the National Geographics and whatnot that they're like, hey, you get in a fight with the monkey, the first thing it's gonna do is gonna try to bite your fingers off. All right, he's gonna try to bite your fingers off. He's gonna try to gouge out your eyes. He's gonna try to tear your face off. And then once you're kind of like on the ground and out of it, they're gonna try to eat your dick. Like, that's just what happens when you fuck around with monkeys. Here, actually, let me see if they have like a timeline of how this works. Yeah, pretty much like I said, they just essentially just tear you apart. That's what their thing is like, apparently they don't try to go for like kicking or punching. they initially just go for biting. So they'll try to bite your hands, bite your, bite your elbow, or not elbow, your shoulders. And then once you're kind of incapacitated, that's when they go for the face. That's how that lady got her face torn off. Because I don't know if you ever seen Nope, but where that monkey goes crazy at the beginning of the movie, then there's that lady with her face torn up. Like, that's not just a movie trope. Like, that's kind of what monkeys do. They claw at your eyes, your face, they grab your hair and hold onto limbs while biting. Their grip strength is relative to their size is high. And then after they kind of do all that, they'll go for your vulnerable areas such as your groin, ears, nose, and fingers. So yeah, that's, again, they'll try to bite your face and tear your nose off. So that's a nice little fun point. But again, that's why I'm like, why am I fucking with monkeys? And also, they're the closest thing that we have. So you kind of own a slave if you fucking around with monkeys like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that people are monkeys, but I'm just saying, like, if the monkey is the closest animal to a human and then you got that shit locked up, like, it's different than a dog, I think, unless dogs are slaves. I don't know. I don't know what entitles a slave to a slave versus a pet. Because back in the day, you could have slaves, but you could also fuck your slaves. But you can't fuck your pets. So I don't know. I don't know how that really works, but, something to think about. You know what? And we're just going to end that there. I think that's enough ridiculous talking points for today. It's only 16 minutes. We're going to try to make it 30, but I need to do a better way of getting better stories out there. Right now, just kind of ragtag, and I just don't want to overwhelm people with, like, political stuff, seeing that, like, it's more depressing than it is fun to listen to, and I don't want that to be where this podcast heads. So, stay safe. Love your life. Take it easy.